huge crowd gathering for tomorrow. The final scenes from Kensington Palace this evening, and there'll be full coverage of the funeral itself on ITV tomorrow.
I've had lots of comment has been all about how she was a luminescent person and she just was full of light, and I think she was. You just have to look at the video footage now of her on television and you can just see she just smiles. She's a beautiful person. She just is full. She was full of love and light, and she touched all these people.
There's something quite special about this. This to me is nothing short of a church. This really is. You know, this is just a church without stained glass windows.
I was just talking with my friend about it. It's not that she had really, you know, place or a kind of power, but apparently, you know, it was just the woman that touched all the people. And if we look in the past, usually this kind of happening always happened when it was a group or an important person like a president, somebody who had also a role in the society, a role in the way that he can also move concrete things. But she was just an image, and not in the bad meaning, you know, an image of a woman with all the human side.
It is very strange. I've not known the like of it before, and yes, I would agree, it's almost like a pilgrimage.
I'm not a royalist, and I'm not faintly religious, so I'm not sure why I'm lighting a candle. I was very shocked, and I was shocked at how shocked I was.
And I can't make up my mind whether it's, you know, there is this outpouring of emotion because of genuine feeling, or because somebody has actually started something, a ball rolling like a snowball, and it's just got bigger and bigger, and oh yes, that's a good thing to do, let's join on.
Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Did you hear the 6 o'clock news?
Yes.
Did you think the Queen said enough?
Yes.
No. I think she did.
Yes.
Yes.
I think she did.
And it came from
Tell me who thinks she has and who thinks she hasn't. Put your hands up who thinks she has.
Do you think she said enough?
I don't think she has. I think we need the flag half-mast.
She's grieving, isn't she?
Before they explain why the flag
We need the flag
I was
half-mast.
angry. If they say that basically there's only certain rules
We
for
could
the
have the flag at half-mast. Half-mast.
I didn't understand why the flag wasn't flying, and I was angry about the flag. And one of her children have not died.
I appreciate that.
She's making a big step to put the flag at half-mast for the funeral on Saturday, and a lot of people are happy with that.
Here, here. It's not enough for the people. It's not enough for the people.
I used to watch Diana on TV. If she had on a nice dress, it's like, go girl, yes. You read about certain things in the papers, not everything. You see more pictures than anything. And I can't believe the way I'm feeling about her death. It's only today, because from Sunday up until yesterday, but you still think, every time I see her on the TV, she's not dead, a princess, she can't die. Do you know what I mean? You just think that she is alive, and then coming down there and watching everybody, obviously it does hit home, but I think it's going to hit home more tomorrow.
she's just a person who would like to see around, you know. I do to see some people on television now, especially some news readers and things like that, and I take just their presence makes me very happy.
Is there anybody else who's had this effect?
Oh yes, that when Elvis died, and I knew where I was. I remember that day where I was down in Hammersmith Market, and then I had someone saying that Elvis died.
She's the best thing that's happened to this country anyway.
Diana was used to photographers everywhere she went for the past 17 years, wasn't she? So why should that one day that she got to make any difference? It's a bit of everyone. I mean, it's even us buying the newspapers. It's a little bit of everything, and it's all just mounted up.
It feels special. It's as if she knows what I've done. That I showed my love to her.
My feelings about Diana and her death and her life. Diana, princess of our hearts, we're sorry to lose you this way. We could have stood by you, but yet we denied you while you were set upon us prey. We now realise what we all should have done, to stand up and speak out aloud. But not one of us stood up for you then, yet there's now millions of us in a crowd. If the clock could be turned for you, Diana, would we be there?
Oh my God, I can't hear you. And the coffin, oh, it's exposed, you can see everything. Wow. Oh, you know, people screaming, crying, throwing flowers. Diana's coffin is covered in It's so overwhelming. Everything is just so overwhelming. I just don't know what to say. The response from the crowd. Never expected the people to break down like that. And it just shows, like, you know, it's sending a powerful message. I mean, it's very sad, but it's also sending out a powerful message because the people screaming at the front.
She was
I can see
she was so much of a
people,
black person. No matter what you, if you were black, white, she was with everybody, you know. And I think
it just
that's
goes
what
to show.
I've never met her, but it's like I've known her for a long time.
Yeah, like
I mean,
me.
it's really
Although
sad.
the only
now.
contact I had with her was through the press. Let's see.
It was just so beautiful. I don't know, it's just so close, and I don't know. It just felt really awful seeing her it's just so still, and everything was not moving. The horses were moving along, and I was just running. It didn't seem, I don't know. It doesn't seem to really describe what happened. It's like it's just wandered past, and now she's gone. It's like. Still some sort of disbelief, really. So simple and dignified, though. I don't know. Yeah, but she was always alone.
they changed the flag from the Royal Standards into the Union Jack and put it down at half-mast. Is that a good thing? I think she should have put the flag down before today. What do you think? Sorry? Sad.
Is Diana particularly special for you? Is Diana particularly special? Why is that?
July the 1st, her birthday in London, when typically she was not taking time to celebrate her special day with friends, but was guest of honor at a fundraising charity. It is a point to remember that of all the ironies about Diana, perhaps the greatest was this. A girl given the name of the ancient goddess of hunting was, in the end, the most hunted person. I pledge that we, your blood family, fully respect the heritage.
I came here for George VI's 6th funeral, and that was totally different. There was a heaviness about it. In this, although it was a very sad occasion, there was also a lightness.
You know, it was a good atmosphere to be involved in, you know.
Is that something you think we miss in our daily lives?
Absolutely, yeah. I don't think there's enough love in the world, to be honest, these days, you know. Everyone's out for themselves, you know, and, I mean, you know, we're all as guilty as each other, I think. Some maybe more than others, but, you know, at the end of the day, I don't think there's enough love in the world now.
So I didn't have the impression that she was held in such high esteem, shall we say, from what I'd picked up over the years. And it seems that a lot of the things that were said about her were not very complimentary. And then now there's just, you know, she's almost reached sainthood in a way.
Well, it's my belief. I believe she's a saint because
she was trying her very best to sort of not just get this country together, but the world together.
Maybe as time goes by, people will be more analytical about what she achieved and more critical, so you don't know. It could just be euphoria.
We love you, Diane. We do. We love you, Diane. We do. We love you, Diane. We do. Oh, Diane, we love you.
The servitude and the way that vocabulary's been reinvented. I mean, things like we're her people, you know, our queen. I mean, that language hasn't been used for decades, absolutely decades, and it's just slipped back in as if it has meaning.
We're very royalist, so you know, we just love our royal family. Every one of them.
She seems so like one of us. That's why everyone loved her. She was one of us, wasn't she? You know.
When the Queen Mum pops her clocks next week, that no one's going to turn up. Firstly, we've sold out of flowers. You know, like no one could host quite the party we've seen today. It's just not going to happen, is it?
But it was very mournful, you know, for seeing a very young lady at that early age just go away like that, you know. But to me, she reminded me of when Christ was on earth.
They've turned her into Jesus. You know, literally, she died for her sins and has been and was murdered in a car crash. And it was J.G. Ballard who said that, you know, if Jesus was alive today, he'd be killed in a car crash. And you know, there's all these kind of cultural associations that have come round.
Well, we started at 4 o'clock this morning. Oh, well, he started at 3. Big head. Oh well, must go.
To begin with, I don't think she was well treated by the police. I don't think so at all. They're partly responsible for what happened.
Are you a royalist? Are you?
Well, I used to be, but I'm afraid of change now. I used to be a staunch one. Since this,
Why is that?
because of the treatment of Princess Diana. I don't think she was well treated at all. I think she'd been used to get heirs to the throne.
I think should be remembered, as, apart from being a wonderful person, the person who finally brought the monarchy to its knees. I hope.
I think everyone's been really positive. All our friends have been very positive and said that it's our day.
Nothing ever been like it. There's no precedent to it, is there?
That's right, yeah. The late edition coming out today.
No, this is the last one, yeah?
Nothing with the servicing.
No, this has got the pictures, yeah. Is that the service tunnel, or was it? Yeah.
I think there's someone behind her, maybe encouraging her to do all that.
She's dead, you know. She's dead. She's dead, you know. She was in a car accident last Sunday.
Oh no, no, seriously. Where?
In Paris.
Oh no.
It's been her funeral here today.
I don't believe it. Oh, are you sure?
I'm positive. There's been a very large funeral here today in Westminster.
She was in a car accident. What happened? What happened? The car crashed?
The car crashed. Yes, in Paris.
What was she in Paris for?
She was there for the weekend.
Well, why didn't she get a taxi or something? Why didn't she get in a car?
it really difficult to kind of latch onto the idea of how people can be absolutely gutted and in tears over someone that they've never met, someone they read about.
If she was here now, she would enjoy with a party, because that's the type of person Lady D was. She would enjoy herself. She wouldn't want us to sit miserable. She would want us to live, and life is in Jesus.
I mean, all this stuff, you know, the nation mourns. Well, there's a big portion of this nation that doesn't mourn, that is very sorry and was shocked with the way that she died, you know, and she obviously, her life was ended way too soon. But, you know, I can't kind of get into the whole kick of crying a lot and being completely interested in it. I'm not.
I was on vacation in New York at the time, and I went home, changed clothes, pulled another flight and came back, you know, biggest is special, and this has been one of the most special occasions. There's no explanation of what's been going on here. You know, I don't know what to tell you. Nobody knows, do they? I mean, I'm normally drinking this time of night and I'm eating a salad sandwich, you know, there's got to be something going on.
Other things are going on in the world apart from this. I mean, no one would say it isn't sad and it's tragic and, you know, everyone feels, but especially for her sons, but I don't know, I mean, it's almost hysterical, I think.
Yeah.
I think she'll become even more famous in death than in life.
So it's Saturday night now. What are you up to? You're not. We're
going
out for an Italian meal. Get drunk.
You can't say to death, I have £50,000 in the bank. Please do not take me. Death will take you. Death is not a respecter of your position in society.
Someone told me a story last night. Apparently they were watching the news and there's somebody queuing up at St James's Palace for 6 hours to sign a book. And they got to actually sign a book and they were filming this person all along. She got to sign a book and she was like, oh, I don't know what to write. And it was like, you've been standing there for 6 hours, right? And, you know, and there was another thing. What
was that about?
Well, I mean, I think that sums it up, you know. I think people are drawn there because they see everyone else is going there, and it's this whole sense of inadequacy, you know. Inside them, they need an icon, they need something to sort of throw themselves into because their lives are empty.
One of the worst days ever, I think. Just, you know, work-wise, but emotionally as well. I had to go down Whitehall this morning and like early hours, 6 o'clock, and clean up after the people that have been staying there all night, and it was so sad, really. I mean, I'm an anti-royalist. I'm really not into the royals at all, but it really hit you down there, you know, the silence and little kiddies sleeping out, and oi, get out of the way.
I think it's going to last. People are coming. There are people, you know, like this lady, you know, phoning her friends and, you know, saying, you must come, you must come, you must experience
you've been
this.
Here, it's very healing to be here. There's only so much you can feel from watching the television. But here, you know, you're with other people.
Is that why you're all still here at 12 o'clock? Because the day's finished now. Why haven't you all gone home?
I've been here since 6 o'clock last night.
I've been here for 3 days. I'll go home tomorrow, I think, but I might stay, you know. My cash has almost run out, I might stay another day.
She's a people princess. She always will be.
It's not over by a long shot.
I missed EastEnders. Sorry, but I missed EastEnders. Is that terrible? Probably. Forgive me, Diana.
Join you? And they said yes, and I lit my lantern and it's been burning since last night. Because we've never met before, and we're here exchanging numbers and just thinking how we can keep in touch, sort of thing. We might do a picnic in the park every 6th of September. We just come and meet. Who's here is here, but we just spread the word around, and you know, just our little memory.
A week after the funeral of Diana, Princess of Wales, Ray Snoddy presents a hard news special looking at privacy in the press, next on 4.
Africa, in times of plenty, food and water.
Breathing new life into the history books, John Romer tracks the changing fortunes of the lost